Hello, my name is Jesus, and I'm going to be going over how to fill out a University Honors Program contract. First, you'll need to fill out your name, first and last. Then you give out your 800 number. Then proceed to write out your email address. Then give the course title, which generally consists of a 4-letter abbreviation of your class and the 4-digit number. In this case, History, or HIST 1301. Then you give the course reference number, or the CRN, which will always be a 5-digit number. Then you give your instructor's name. In this case, our instructor's name is George Washington. Once you and your professor begin going over the contract, you then agree on a minimum of 5 expectations you are to uphold in class. Your professor has to circle at least 5 of these requirements, but he can circle more if he wishes to. You then go over the honors project with your professor. In today's example, the student will be researching the military strategies used in the Revolutionary War and the Civil War and examine how they differ. You then describe in what form the finished project will be. In this case, it is going to be a PowerPoint lecture given at the end of class. Keep in mind that the finished project is always at the discretion of the professor, so it can be anything they think of. A written paper, a separate test. It ultimately is the professor's decision to decide what it is. You will also need to give a timeline of your project, when you will be meeting with your professor and when it will be done. You also then will describe the resources that you'll be using for your project. Once you and your professor both agree to the conditions and requirements of your contract, you then both sign the document. Upon reaching the last page of the contract, you'll give your signature once more, agreeing to the terms between you and the honors program. The terms are as follows. Pass the course with at least a B in the class. You will turn in the contract before the deadline is given. You are responsible for getting the evaluation to your professor and making sure the evaluation is turned in before its deadline. You will also be required to attend a UHP-sponsored forum, and finally, acknowledging that the honors designations are not automatic, and you will allow at least one semester before they will finally get approved and placed on your transcripts. Once signed, you are then ready to turn it into the honors house. There, an honors house worker will then proceed to check the contract and make sure that you have filled it out correctly. You will then be made a copy, which you will keep for your own personal record.